Stream is going. We're live, Q. Live for episode 19, as you can see right there. Reflect or neglect. Oh, I don't know. That's what I came up with, Q.
That works for me.
Yeah, where are you? Are you watching the live stream?
It's just coming up. It's loading video.
So you're a little bit behind, not behead, behind, not ahead.
Yeah, just a
little bit behind. But that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. What we're gonna do is we're gonna warm up with this sucker right here. Get everyone going. Turn my volumes down a little bit. Turn your volumes down a little bit. Get everyone warmed up. You have your notes up, Q?
Yeah, totally have the notes up. Way on top of it. I have all the notes. So. I have lots of notes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Looking for notes. Oh, they fell on the floor. I haven't found them yet. Oh, shoot. They're in the floor. Gotta get them up. Darn it. The dog is... yeah, here it's coming. I'm finding notes. Lots of notes. Note.
This guy is ridiculous with ground pounds. I don't think I got a single ground pound kill.
Let's see. Notes. Oh, look, here they are. They were in the floor. My goodness. I got the notes now.
You've got them now? They were on the floor? In the floor? By the floor? Towards the floor? Trial! I think only you'll get that cue. This is ridiculous.
He's a thing.
I don't know how he's getting so many ground pound kills, honestly.
I've lost you, Wario.
Uh-oh. Lost you.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
What'd you lose?
I don't know. So, it's an episode.
Yeah, it's an episode. Oh, let's bring Q-Stick in there. There he is. There's Q-Stick. He's here. He's here to join. I don't know if you're watching. Did you have me
turned off this whole...
I don't know if you're watching the live stream. No, you'll see if you're watching the live stream. There's Q-Stick. He's here. He just showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to episode 19. I am Oreo, as you can see.
And that's Q-Stick Simpson.
I like your attire that you're wearing today, Q. That's nice. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
I like your sunglasses.
Oh, thank you.
Are you going to wear that the entire episode, or...?
Well, that's the plan.
All right. I mean, that's, however you feel. Whatever floats your boat, tickles your pickle, irons your sheets.
Ooh. Hey, that's harsh.
I'm guessing it just came up on the live stream for you.
Yeah, it just came up on the live stream.
Nice sunglasses. I like those. So as you can tell, we're live streaming this episode.
Yeah.
Finally, it only took us 19 episodes, and it only took us...
also only took us over an hour and a half to get ready.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Nothing worked. No matter... I literally didn't have you plugged into anything, and you were still echoing. Like, it's your fault, Q. It's your fault.
It's totally my fault.
I wanted to get started, but...
I've got a funny female voice talking in the coming through as well, so it's all good.
Yeah, I don't know what that's from. Technology, that's what it's from. Reminding you that it's here, that it's going to take over the world.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, we're going to be talking about Halo 5. We got a bunch of stats. I guess you could call them stats, info, review sheet. I don't know, what would you call that?
I I don't know, but I tell you what, the amount of like stuff that they collected for this beta was awesome. I loved everything they put out for it.
You love everything?
I loved all the stats they put out. I won't say too much about anything else that they did for it, but it is what it is.
We'll save it.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We're going to go through all the stats. We're going to talk about... I want to kind of talk about a lot of the changes they've already made. I mean, that's kind of the benefit when you're releasing, 9 months ahead of... Or releasing a beta 9 months ahead of when you're releasing the game. Like, you have plenty of time to actually change stuff.
Well, given the fact that they are doing the beta so far out, I mean, they did fairly well. We'll say pretty well, considering that it's that it was a beta this far out. So I mean, I'm not totally displeased with everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not giving them props yet because honestly, I think all they're doing is trying to make up for what was Halo 4, which
see. Everybody bashes hard on Halo 4.
No, Halo 4 was a good game. That's not what I'm saying. Halo 4 flopped. Halo 4 didn't meet up to the expectations that it should. Halo 4 is nowhere near as good as the previous games. I mean, honestly, any of them.
I won't disagree with that, but I think it was unreasonable expectations given the fact that it's a pseudo new business running Halo. I think that there was a lot of hardcore gamers out there that said, Bungie, but Bungie, where's Bungie? And they're like, fuck this, we're not going to deal with it. Yeah, what the fuck is Bungie? And I think that's what did it.
Well, and I do have to kind of, given the fact that Microsoft is behind them with all their money and they're just like throwing the money at them, I'll make this a great game. Do what Call of Duty's doing. They're making billions over there, So I understand kind of, the choices they made. And I honestly, I think it worked out for them when the way Halo 4 came out, because now we get Halo 5 the way we're going to get it, which is looking like it's going to be a good game. I hope.
I think it's going to, because I think that they didn't listen to listener feedback or user feedback when they were doing Halo 4. I think they just like you said, they just threw a game together and made it, and just threw a bunch of money at it to make it work. And they didn't listen to what the gamers wanted, and I think they learned from their mistakes. And I really think Halo 5 is going to be. I don't think it's going to be a Halo 2 best game ever. Yeah. But I think it's going to be one of the best games Halo has to offer.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll get there. Like I said, should we? I mean, we have two ravings from the Mad Ginger. I mean, did you talk him into doing 2 because he missed last week? Is that what it was, or?
No. I told him, I was like, we need another episode for ravings, and so he sent me the first one, and he goes, "Did you like that?" And I said, "Yeah, that's fucking hilarious." And he's like, "Oh, well, there's plenty more." And I'm like, "What? There's more?" So send everything you got. So this is going to basically turn into a regular thing, I hope. So we're going to find out.
I hope. That I haven't listened to these at all, but from what you were saying, I'm guessing he's talking about what we went over in the last episode, which was Pigspod versus Drunken Halo, and comments Travis was making, a certain Travis we all know.
In love.
Love. About the noob combo. Even though he himself was using what you could call a noob combo, the bolt shot, which is...
And Promethean Vision.
Was he doing that, or was that Justin?
Somebody was running Promethean Vision, so...
One of them. That's technically a noob thing as well, Justin. So, should we let Rabowski tell him off?
I think we should let Rabowski tell the real story.
All right, we'll play part 1 of the Raving Mad Ginger. I need to come up with like a jingle for that.
The Ravings of the Mad Ginger.
Ravings of the Mad Ginger. Welcome to Radio 3. All right, we'll play part 1, Ravings of the Mad Ginger, and then we'll actually get started with the episode. I want to save part 2 for later. I haven't listened to this at all. I'm excited. That's why I kind of want to do it now. I don't even know if this will make it into the podcast. We'll see. He still hasn't lived up to the challenge of giving us something that we can't air. I mean, technically we can air whatever we want, but I mean, if it's too ridiculous, we might have to edit it out of there. But let's see.
Want that problem.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to see what he says. So here we'll play this, then we'll get started in the episode. This might only be for the people watching the live stream, which if you followed us on Facebook, you have the link for that, facebook.com/pigspod. But I guess if you're not cool enough to watch, like some people like Haas Sauce, I can't even say his name, Haas Sauced. God damn it. You know who you are. All right, ravings from the Mad Ginger.
Well, hello there. This is Rabowski from Post Game Cards Report, sending you guys a voicemail. The topic I'd like to cover is a post I saw on your Facebook page, which if anybody doesn't know, if you go to Pigs Podcast on Facebook, you can find them. Also, Pigs. I don't know your URL. I suck. I'm sorry. Anywho, saw a picture labeled "Friends don't let other friends use noob combos." Wow. Man, when I saw that, it's like, I have red hair already, but it was like redder than usual. And this really, wow. Okay, so, first of all, the noob combo, for people that don't know what it is a plasma pistol fully charged. You release it, you blow your load, it hits the opponent, and by the time it hits the opponent, you switch to your BR and you do a single shot to the head. It's a very good way to kill someone quickly. But there's lots of disadvantages, just like any other weapon. So, God, Travis from Drunken Halo, he's a little bit of a bitch sometimes, and I understand, there's some people that can handle more than other people. When you have to play against people like Travis, for example, you have to, before you start a match, you have to really figure out what weapons can I use and what weapons can I not use. Am I supposed to go to this part of the map? Does this seem like it's too much of a disadvantage to you? Can I use the rockets? Are the rockets okay to use? What about the sniper? That's a very tough choice to make. Now, is it okay for me to throw a grenade, and if it gives you enough damage, can I shoot you in the face with my BR? Because that's even more dramatic than the noob combo, which might I add is a name that was put towards it after the game had came out, a long time after the game had come out. But for people like Travis, it's a very good idea to get it narrowed down, which this takes about 15-20 minutes before the game starts, of how am I able to play, what parts of the map can I use, what weapons can I use, okay, then what combination of weapons can I use after that, okay, can I beat you down, can I use a melee button, okay, can I use jetpack or not, okay, so then you get narrowed down to a criteria that fits people like Travis's game style, so he has an advantage because he's not very good at countering things like the noob combo, which, quite frankly, are very easy to avoid. Stay tuned for part number 2.
Ooh. I'm excited for part number 2. He really...
I sat there and just cracked up listening to that.
He makes a good point. I mean, what do you want us to use, Travis? Anything that doesn't kill you? I mean...
100% beatdown. That's all you get to do.
Well, yeah, but then then he'd say you're gay because you're just running around hitting him. You can't do that. You can't kill him. You can do anything that doesn't kill Travis. That's allowed, according to the Mad Ginger. I don't know what Travis wants us to use. I don't know. If you haven't watched the games yet, they will be releasing them, every few days. I think they might be up on the YouTube channel, the Pigspod YouTube channel, which is pretty fucking cute.
I think Mystery got him up on the Pigspod channel.
There's Q. Did you hear him? There he is again. Back again. Yeah, Mystery Mystery, shout out to Real Mystery, who isn't here today, unfortunately. We might cover why later on, but he did a lot of freaking work on those videos, so, I mean, they were pretty good. I mean, the audio was, Canadian. But they were fun to watch.
I mean, given the fact that he overlaid 4 people talking to in 2 separate conversations, overlaid them both together, and managed to not make it all sound like shit. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he managed to put us calmly talking and saying, you go over that way and I'll go over this. Protect me, Cone! He put that over Travis bitching about Justin bitching about never touching the sword, and Travis bitching about the noob combo, and don't touch the rockets, and don't touch the sniper, and don't touch the SMG, and don't touch the BR, and don't touch the plasma grenades. How many times did I stick Travis? The dick sticks.
I know you got at least one good dick stick.
I know I got one dead center dick stick. Am I not supposed to use those, Travis? Am I? Whatever. Let's move on. Let's get to the Halo 5 stuff. So I don't know if you have your cheat sheets up, but I'll just start. I'll just start. Apparently, here, I'll put them up on the stream. Everyone can look at that nice little graphic up on the stream there. 343 Josh, he said over the course of the 3-week beta, they saw nearly 20 million games played, which I guess when they put it all together, they added up, it's 290 years of collective game time, which is like, that's a lot.
Long time.
That's a lot for just a beta. I mean,
there really is a lot of people excited for this. I mean, despite all of the criticism and all the naysayers, I mean, that right there shows how the beta was, 3 weeks?
Yeah,
how long the beta was?
Yeah.
Okay, so the beta was 3 weeks long, and, they still had 20 million games played. That's fucking obscene.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They should have plenty of data to put together. I mean, let's see, if they said the total hours watched on Twitch, just on Twitch alone, was 44,700,000. We'll just round it off, 700,000. So 44.7 million hours watched on Twitch alone. So that's not counting, there's other ways to watch it. There's other streaming content. There's MLG.TV. There's just uploading it straight onto YouTube or on Facebook. I mean, that's not even counting that. That's talking about live streaming on Twitch. 44 million hours.
That's so amazing.
I mean, in his post, I don't think it's on the infographic, but he said that's equal to watching every Star Wars and Star Trek movie combined 1.2 million times. So that's sitting down, watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, honestly, I'd watch 4, 5, 6 twice instead of 1, 2, 3 of the Star Wars.
And I'll give you that.
And then every Star Wars movie, and then starting over at 1.2 million times. It would take. That's just ridiculous.
I love it. I mean, I love every single one of these graphics they put up. I mean, my favorite is still that blue is a little bit better than red. So
yeah,
caboose for the win.
Caboose. See, I was wondering that. Why? Why is blue better? Because they blend into the background maybe a little more, or just a coincidence, or?
I think it's really a coincidence. I mean, when you're looking at, basically 47.5% to 42.5%. I mean, that's a coin flip. I mean, that's the same statistical probabilities as flipping a coin.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't say that blue is better than red. Blue blends better or red stands out more. Like, it doesn't. It's just, it's a statistical. They're the same. I just love that somebody sat there and said, I wonder how many times blue beat red. Like, there's somebody with no fucking life, with nothing to do, sitting at their desk, and they decided to crunch those numbers, and I love it. Like, I can sit here and, like, touch myself to these stats.
Well, that just shows that they're crunching every number. I mean, when you have, what did they say, 220 million games played, 290 years of game play, You got plenty of data to go through, and if they're putting every little thing in, I mean, some of these stats, I mean, total ground pound kills, like, I assume they just, like, push it into a computer and it brings it up. I doubt somebody sat there and watched.
They have something that runs an algorithm on a program somewhere that does it. And the fact that they actually took the time to crunch these numbers.
Yeah.
I mean,
were you surprised by this one? The amount of Spartan charge kills, 1.2 million Spartan charge kills. I mean, I know you didn't get to play the beta, unfortunately, but
I'm part of that. 44.69 million hours of Twitch.
Oh yeah. Did you see anyone even Spartan charge?
Yeah, I saw it like once, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's awesome!"
Exactly, once. I think I saw somebody do it once in a game I was playing, but I never even tried it. It never even came to mind. I mean, ground pound was on my mind a lot, but ground pound only 565,000 ground pound kills, so less than half of Spartan charge kills. I mean, I guess they are a lot harder to land. They're harder to do, maybe.
Yeah, or it's just a timing thing, or I think it goes along what you were saying. It's just people weren't thinking about it because it's something that's totally different than what we've already, than what we're used to. So,
yeah. Let's get into some of the stuff, though. We'll talk about Spartan abilities, and we'll just go on down through all of it. I found this one interesting because so many people bitched and moaned and complained about it. The sprint ability, that only 11% of the HCFP, which is the Halo Community Feedback Program, only 11% of those thought that Halo should not have sprint. I mean, are they just most vocal or what? I thought everyone hated sprint. That's all I've heard. Get rid of sprint. Get rid of sprint. It ruins the game.
Well, see, I'm totally against that. I mean, given the fact that this is a genetically engineered, technologically enhanced super soldier, why the fuck can he not run? And why, and that's seriously. I mean, think about that. I mean, I still stand by the problem. Like, why the fuck can he not swim? But that I don't think they'll ever fix that. But
how heavy is the suit, Q? How do you want him to swim? Come on now.
Oh, he can jetpack. He can ground pound. He can do all
I get all that, but he can't swim.
But they can't put something in. They can't put something into his armor that says he can't. He can float. Like, what the fuck? I mean, Cortana does not have that ability, really.
It's
it's
electronics
suit or something.
Q, water and electronics don't mix, Q. I don't know if you're new to the electronic game, but...
Oh, forgive me.
they don't, but, you can't mix them. You can't pour water on your computer. I mean...
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah.
But no, with the sprinting thing, that should be a default set. You should be able to sprint. I mean, that's just... Why wouldn't you?
How long is it... How long... Sorry to interrupt you, but how long has it been here now? What, Reach 4? And now Halo 5 Beta?
Reach gave it as a Spartan ability.
Well, technically it was standard. If you didn't use sprint in Reach, you were garbage. I'm sorry, but...
Well, I'm still partial to the jetpack, but or armor lock, but we won't go into that discussion, Travis.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, I think that that's one of the things I liked about Halo 4 is that was a default ability. You didn't have to to change anything to be able to do that. So you spawn back at your spawn, and the battle is halfway across the map. You can get back into the fight, and it speeds the gameplay up. Like that's one of the things I really liked about Halo 4 was the fact that it was a very fast gameplay. It was you're always on your toes. You're always having to concern yourself with what's going on around you. And Halo 3 was a little bit slower. Reach was in between. Going back to Halo, Halo 2, Halo 1, it was a little bit slower gameplay, and they're now working on speeding up the gameplay, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, yeah, in the world of today, I mean, everyone has a 3-second attention span. You need that game going. You need to be going faster.
Maybe. Okay, I'll take that. But I like it just because you don't have to sit there and like casually and leisurely stroll back into the fight. Like, here I come, I'll be there in a minute, guys. It's like there's haste. Chief has got to save the day. Why the fuck is he not running into the fight?
Yeah, especially in campaign, and on big maps. Like, I understand on little maps maybe they could work without sprint, but really, like, I don't know, anymore it doesn't feel, like you were saying, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like Master Chief if he can't sprint. That's too slow. It's lame, dude. You need to move on.
If you're going to reference Halo 4, I wouldn't mind not having sprint on something like Haven. But I mean, if you're going to play Fraggle Rock, yeah, you're going to need to have sprint. Otherwise, it's just going to be a leisurely stroll across the map.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, but I like that map, but apparently it's just me.
Speaking of sprint, as far as I can tell, they're leaving it in. They're not taking it out. I mean, 11% of people... Are you going to change something over 11% of people? They might be the most vocal 11%, but...
Nope.
I mean, no. I'm not going to change it. They are going to change base movement speed. They're increasing base movement speed. They're increasing strafe speed. So instead of just, like, kind of barely moving side to side, it's going to be a little more... responsive. It's going to be faster. They did say they're going to reduce top sprint speed. So, like, they're going to kind of bring your base movement speed and your sprint speed closer together, I guess. So, kind of...
I don't really have a problem with that, because if you're in a combat setting, you're going to be moving a little bit quicker anyway. So, bringing and speeding up your base movement. And a sprint is exactly that. It's a fast movement over a short period of time. So I don't have a problem with them fixing that. I think that's totally fine. Watching the Twitch stuff, it could be faster, and I don't think it would affect anything that much.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Sprint still has its place, even if it's just barely faster. It still has its place. When you're not in combat at all, you're still going to want to use it to get to combat, like you said. Speed up the gameplay. Get over there. Right. I guess some other Spartan abilities they're changing. They're going to modify ground pound controls to prevent conflicts with crouch jumping. I guess I know Real Mystery was saying he had a problem with that. When you kind of jump up and try to crouch up onto a ledge that we're all so used to from way back in the Halo days, which you don't even really need anymore, honestly. But I guess people still use it. Because of clamber, you don't really need it. But I guess...
still crouch jump out of habit.
Oh, well, I guess people like you that do it out of habit, they were having a problem. They'd try to crouch jump, and then the little reticle would come up for a ground pound. And then just general tuning and bug fixes for all the other Spartan abilities. Thruster pack, I think they're turning down a little bit. I thought that's what I heard. I guess clamber...
I watched the Twitch on that.
Oh, yeah, thruster is way too high right now. I think that's what I heard. They're turning it down.
Yeah, thrusters is my favorite loadout for Halo 4, so I'm a huge fan of thrusters. Yeah. But watching the Twitches on it, I was like, holy shit, that's a little unnecessary.
Oh, yeah, was it just like... Because you you went like 10 feet to the side. I mean, like, instantly, like that, you were gone. So
and the recovery time was high, too. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Turn it down a little bit. I'll give you that. But honestly, leave sprint in, especially with the way they finally balanced out sprint. You can't recharge your shields while you're sprinting. I don't see why people are still bitching about it. I mean, try and play Halo without it for a while.
Agreed.
It's not the same. So let's move on. Weapons. What did you watch any streaming with, like, the new weapons, like the Hydra, the new ugly ass rocket launcher, or anything?
I saw the ugly ass rocket launcher, but I didn't see the Hydra.
No, you didn't see any Hydra gameplay?
Not that I recall. No.
The Hydra is pretty sexy. They are changing the Hydra a little bit. I guess they're reducing the amount of rockets you pick up when you pick it up. I don't know if that means per clip or that means overall. I'm sure they specified somewhere, but I don't have it here in front of me.
Given what I know about it,
yeah,
it needs to have fewer shots in the clip.
Yeah.
I mean, to lessen the overpoweredness. I mean, I get the fact that it's a power weapon, but there's a line, and they seem to have crossed it.
Well, one thing I wrote down, I don't know where it is. I had a notebook that I wrote down while I was playing the beta, like stuff I didn't like that bugged me. I didn't have a problem with the amount in the clip. I had a problem with the amount you picked up when you picked it up, especially on Regret, which is the outside, kind of looks like midship map. Like, you could hold the Hydra forever. The amount of rockets they gave you in that thing, and by the time it came back up again, you could literally have the Hydra the whole game if you were using it, like, responsibly, and only shooting, when you could actually hit someone. But, I don't know. Again, I can't remember if they said they were going to turn down the clip size, which, honestly, that doesn't even change anything to me, whether it's 1 or 2 or 6. Change the amount of rockets you get when you pick it up. That's what they need to reduce.
Well, you should only have the equivalent of 2 clips. Like with the rocket launcher, it was 2 shots. You should be able to carry a total of 4.
Yeah.
So
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's more than enough. I mean, that's the way it seems to have always been like. So I don't think there needs to be any more than that.
Well, and speaking of the original rockets, the Spanker, is that how you say it? The SPNKR rocket launcher?
Yeah.
Spanker? The dual-barreled, double-fisted rocket launcher. I guess they're bringing it back as a legendary weapon, which I'm still at a toss-up. Like, what are all these legendary weapons? Because there's also the Prophet's Bane, which is the legendary version of sword. And, like, I don't know. I'm sure they'll announce it or explain what legendary is, but, like, I'm assuming they're for, like, certain game types, or mostly, though, they're for, like, certain levels of the campaign or something. I don't know. What do you think a legendary weapon is?
Well, I don't like the concept of it if they're gonna take it a step above a power weapon. And the reason why I say that is when you have a map, most maps only spawn 1 or 2 power weapons. So to make a legendary weapon work, you would have to essentially double the amount of power weapons and put a legendary weapon on the map. And I mean, that almost feels like they're overreaching it. I mean, maybe set it. Go back and do loadouts or ordnance like they did for Halo 4, and you can only get power weapons through ordnance drops, and you can only pick up legendary weapons on the map or something like that. That would be a little balanced, but I don't like the idea of adding more quote unquote power weapons to maps. I think that 1 or 2 at the most is more than you'll need, because you're by placing power weapons on the map, you're creating areas that are going to be fought over. And by adding more and more weapons to the map, you're creating more and more areas to fight over, which means it's thinning out the number of people that are fighting over an area. And that slows the game down.
Well, I don't think they're adding a whole nother, like, power weapon. I think it'll replace whatever power weapon was on the map. And instead of a regular, it'll be a legendary. I'm just wondering, like, why are they calling them legendary? What, they're 3% better than a power weapon? Is that what they're getting at? Or, like, what?
Or, what they could do with it is, power weapons respawn after a certain period of time. You could set a legendary weapon as spawns in the game at either the beginning of the game or a certain period in the game, and that's it. It spawns once, and that would make it interesting. That would create a very quick pace. Get to the center, get to wherever this weapon is located, fight it out, and speed the game up, because it's like everybody rush in, grab the power weapon, then everybody flee.
Yeah,
and that's fine. I wouldn't have a problem with that. That would make it interesting. It would cut down on like off the break camping. And I have a very deep place in my lower rectum for people that camp. So,
well, speaking of that, Call of Duty. Speaking of power weapons and everyone rushing to it, I think you talked about it last time. But they did kind of announce they're going to change it a little bit. The like the waypoints and all the announcements and everything when new power weapons are coming up. 30 seconds to rockets, 10 seconds to rockets, that kind of shit. Weren't you? I forget what you were saying about it.
I totally said it needs to happen once or twice.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it coming up and I have no problem with it coming up and saying 30 seconds to power or 30 seconds to whatever, or 10 seconds to whatever. But you say it once, or you drop back and say, weapon spawned or whatever, which you don't even really need that, because your radar is going to show you that the weapon's dropped anyway.
Yeah, just have the waypoint.
Yeah, Waypoint is fine. You know, it doesn't do newer gamers any justice though, because you know, more experienced gamers and more experienced Halo players will understand that there's a 60-second spawn or there's a 2-minute spawn between weapons or whatever the map they're playing on. They're experienced enough to be able to keep track of that in their head. I wasn't able to do that except in Halo 3. I've never been able to do it in any other game. But you know, once
so
you get an
want
understanding
the help.
I wouldn't mind the help. It'd be nice, but it also means that you're.
You know what Travis would say about that, right?
Oh, he wants it like 30 seconds to spawn, 25 seconds to spawn, 20 seconds to spawn.
But he doesn't want you to pick it up. Don't be a noob.
30 seconds till Travis picks up the sniper rifle. 25 seconds until Travis picks up the sniper rifle. I love you, Trav. I'm just giving you a hard time. But you know, it's 100% unnecessary. It does not need to be. It does not need to be that often. Period.
Yeah.
It once or twice, and that's it. You know, 30 seconds, and leave it at that, and let it show up on the waypoint. That's it. You know, you don't need anything else.
I hope they get it right. I mean, again, we're hoping for the second beta, but we'll see. Other stuff they're gonna
put my prediction out there.
The second beta in what did you say? September?
Yeah, I'm predicting sometime. But no, I think it's going to come out sometime around June.
June. Oh, I said September.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be right on top of the release. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a few months out, simply because we've got a release. We had the beta in November or whatever it happened, December. We had a beta in December, and that's going to give 6 or 7 months to the calm will die down. People will stop talking about Halo 5, and then sometime around June, because E3 is in. Actually, take that back. E3 is in July. I think that the beta is going to be in August, because they're going to hype it at E3. They're going to show gameplay. They're going to show all kinds of stuff. They're going to the infographic that you've got up on the live stream right now. They're going to show that. I guarantee that's going to be in the E3, and they're going to get things excited. And they're going to go, oh, by the way, and they're not going to announce it until E3. Oh, by the way, if you pre-ordered Halo 5, second beta is in the first week of August or whatever, and that's going to get people hyped up. That's going to get they're going to have a special pre-order.
A little bit of money rolling in.
Yep, they're going to. I'm going to adjust it one more time. It's going to be the last week in August, because they're going to hype it. I know. Here's my reasoning. As I'm talking it out, I'm coming up with it. They're going to hype it at E3, and they're going to say, "Oh, pre-orders start the last week in July, and if you pre-order between the last week in July and the first week of August, you're going to get a special key where you're going to be able to get in on the Halo 5 beta Part 2 the last week of August." And that's going boom. That's going to jack up their that's going to jack up their pre-orders.
I guess we'll see.
Done.
I mean, one of those 8 predictions you made, I'm sure one of them will come true.
Well, you oversaturate the market, and you're bound to get something right.
There you go.
That's essentially what they're doing right now, right?
There you go. That's the Microsoft way.
Yeah, I've been playing Xbox long enough. I know how this game is played.
Other basic stuff, I'll just read through it real quick. They're going to improve the sniper scope, making it less clunky and faster to scope, faster to bring up. The DMR, they're going to adjust the position of the scope and improve the visibility. I can't read, I don't know why, but I heard they're also changing the way the actual horns on the BR look. I'm not positive. I heard that. I mean, honestly, all this stuff they could just throw out the window. They could leave the game exactly the way it was and just release it. It'd still be an okay game, but they could just be saying all this stuff to increase pre-orders. I mean, once you pre-ordered the game, how many pre-orders fall through? I mean, they're making money already. They're reducing bonuses for automatic weapons in your Smart Link. So, like, remember how we were saying the AR and the SMG were both really overpowered? I guess maybe they weren't, because when you were zoomed in with them, you got kind of like bonuses, especially for headshots. So they're reducing that, so you can't kill people, just running around, just pop, 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 just going Rambo. It's not as easy to get kills.
You You should not get any type of reward for scoring a headshot with an automatic weapon.
For going,
I mean,
it should be. Yeah. Well, honestly, any headshot should do a little bit more damage, but it shouldn't be like the. I'm trying to think how to say it. Like versus like a precision weapon, it should be nowhere near the amount of bonus. Like maybe like a small bonus, but like they said, they're reducing the bonuses, so maybe bring that down, way down. I mean, the AR, honestly, if you're just holding it down, it shouldn't matter whether you're aiming at their head or not. It should kill them in about the same amount of time. So,
well, in my opinion, the way to properly balance an automatic weapon is to take whatever the hitbox is for a semi-automatic weapon that hits into the chest region. Yeah. Whatever that registry is, that should be the registry for an automatic weapon, no matter where it hits.
Yeah.
Because the BR and the AR fire the same caliber round, but with a more grain to the BR, I believe. So it should be more accurate. It should pack just a touch more punch. So you should be able to get to get a reward for doing headshots with a semi-automatic weapon, or as the BR is a 3-shot burst, but it's essentially a semi-automatic weapon.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you should be able to score any type of bonus for spray and pray. I mean, I use the AR. I mean, if you watch the video for the I do. If you watch the video for the Drunken Halo Pigspod, I run AR and carbine with the double primary weapon mod, whatever that thing was called. But I use the AR because I like to play short range. I like to play short to mid.
Yeah.
And the AR works for that. But as an experienced Halo player, as much as I would like there to be a reward for headshots with an automatic weapon, I know that from a balance standpoint, you should not be able to do that. It makes it way overpowered to be able to grant headshot bonuses.
All right, so no bonuses. Okay, I still think there should be a little bit of a bonus, but barely more than. I mean, because you're talking like if you had a 22 and you shot somebody in the head, that's obviously going to do more damage than shooting him in the chest.
Well, absolutely, right? But no, I don't disagree with that. But when you're dealing,
but still, when you're talking a sniper to the chest and a sniper to the head,
right?
That's a bigger difference between the two than the 22.
Right, and the problem is you're trying to balance all of these weapons. I mean, the way for a perfect balance is no matter what weapon that you use, you should be able to accomplish a kill in the same amount of time. Whether it takes 4 headshots from the BR versus 5 headshots, or we'll say 3 headshots from the DMR, or however many, we'll say 25% of the clip for AR. They should all take the same amount of time to accomplish the kill, with excluding power weapons, excluding the sniper rifle, excluding the shotgun and stuff like that. Whatever your base loadouts are, they should all take the same amount of time to accomplish the kill. And at that point, it becomes user preference. Because I know that, like right now with Halo 4, when they've done the weapons tuning, I can take a BR, a person that's good with the BR, and a person that's good with the carbine, and that battle should cause both people to die at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's really close to what Halo 4, what 343 has done with Halo 4 is they balance that, and that's the way it should be. But and that's at mid-range, and all things being equal.
Still, you should get bonuses for headshots, for being able to be more precise with your shots. Still, I wouldn't give it a huge boost, but a little bit.
I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from, given the fact that, number one, the target box for your head is a much smaller target box or hit box as your chest.
Yeah.
So you should get a bonus for that. And of course, like you said, just about any weapon that you fire to somebody's head, it's going to kill them. But, you got to factor in their shields, you got to factor in the armor, you got to factor in whether Cortana's playing with Master Chief. You got to factor all that stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, differing opinions. Moving on.
Moving on.
Another thing that you can't spray and pray. I think I was telling you about this. It happened to me all the time. When you'd go to, like, pick a grenade out of your pocket, go to throw it, and it'd blow up right in your face. So they said they're removing grenade detonation in midair from weapon fire, but I'm not sure if that's right. I thought they were reducing it, so it's a lot harder to hit. Like, the hitbox on the grenade, I thought they were making smaller. I don't think they should remove that altogether. You should be able to blow up grenades in the air, but you shouldn't be able to do it with an AR. You should have to, like, hit it with a BR or, you know, a sniper or something.
I'm not. That they should reduce the hitbox for the grenade, but you should still be able to shoot it out of the air with anything that fires a projectile.
Yeah.
Whether it's a laser projectile or a plasma projectile or whatever, you know, whatever form of projectile that you're using, or even an erectile, you should be able to knock it out of the air. Erectile projectile, yeah, you like that? But you should be able to. You should still be able to knock it out of the air. I mean, it should be rare, regardless of whatever weapon you're firing. It should be a rare occurrence, but you know, it should be able to, where if somebody really practices, and I don't know how they would practice doing it, but if somebody really practices, yeah, they should be able to do it on a consistent basis, because it is something being thrown. I mean, you don't exactly hear about that, you know, coming out of Afghanistan on a regular basis, but you know, you should be able to shoot something out of the air like that.
Yeah,
and there should definitely be an achievement for it.
Okay, an achievement, not a medal. We'll get to medals in a second, though. How many ridiculous medals they have now. Ability to turn on and off vibration feedback for weapons. You can now toggle that in the menu. And then they're kind of tuning and fixing, like you were just saying, kind of dialing them in, getting the carbines equal with the BRs and the DMRs, all that good stuff. Let's see, the most popular power weapon in the beta was the sniper, but that goes without saying because it was available on the most maps in the most places. So that's not really that surprising.
And that's everybody's favorite power weapon.
Yeah, well...
I mean, now granted, I'm partial to the rocket launcher, but I also like the railgun.
Careful. Travis may be listening.
But no, that's true. But, you know, I do like the railgun. That's probably one of my favorite weapons from all of Halo.
I don't know if they're bringing it back.
I hope they do, because it was something really satisfying to pop some douchebag out of the air with a jetpack with a railgun. And it's just satisfying about that. But power, you know, the sniper rifle, everybody likes the sniper rifle.
Everybody, even if you suck with it.
Yeah, you'll have like, I've got the sniper rifle, but I suck with it. And like, why the fuck do you have it? You know, but they have it anyway because everybody likes the sniper rifle.
Yeah, everyone's a sniper.
Everybody thinks they're a sniper.
Let's see, frag kills versus plasma kills. There was 11.5 million frag kills in the beta. 1 million plasma grenade kills in the beta. On the infographic,
I was really surprised to see that
many kills with what plasma grenades.
That big of a disparity
between them.
Between the two grenades, yeah. Because
I can't remember. I don't think you ever spawned with plasmas. I think you had to pick them up on map. I think that's why.
Okay, then that makes more sense.
Yeah, unless I'm just making that up, but I think that's why. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they have some tweaking to do there. Maybe the frag kills are too powerful. Plasma grenades are, I don't know, weak. I don't know. They have all the data. I'm just giving what they gave me.
I think even in Halo 4, the plasma grenade was a little bit weaker than the frag grenade, but I mean it had different uses. So, but I figured it would be a little bit closer. Well, considerably closer.
Yeah. Well,
so
11 times more frag kills. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's. But if it's only spawning on map, it makes sense. Yeah. But if you can spawn with frag versus spawning with plasma, I figured it would be fairly close. The frag would have more kills just because more people use them, and I think the frag has more. I think the frag is more versatile than the plasma. So I mean, you can bounce it off a wall around a corner and do stuff like that with it, where the plasma doesn't really bounce.
Yeah.
So
Not as bouncy.
But not as bouncy. Not as bouncy at all.
I think what's surprising about the frag kills is when you look at the total amount of kills. I think, again, this is on the infographic. Yeah, it's right there. 181,389,000. So think of that. 11 million of 181 million were just frag grenade kills. That seems like a lot of grenade kills compared to total kills altogether. I mean, you're counting beatdowns, snipes, BRs, assault rifles, SMGs. You're counting every other weapon, and there's that many frag kills out of total kills. That seems like a lot.
Yeah, you're looking at 6% of the kills were. 6% of the kills were frag kills. So that's not that bad. Let me double check my math here.
Yeah, you got the nerd math there.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
I'm now pulling up my calculator. Let's see.
Even, I don't know, 6% doesn't sound like that much, but to me, when you look at
6%.
Look at it, that looks like a lot.
Yeah, that means that just a little, somewhere around 7% of the kills were grenade kills. So
and that seems like
that's not that bad.
That's not that bad. Yeah, I guess it just seems like a lot when you say 11.5 million.
But in the grand total of 181 million, yeah.
Yeah. But those numbers mean nothing when you look at total shots fired. 6.49 billion.
Yeah, that's just, I love that number. That's just fucking beautiful.
That's a lot of rounds. Good thing they're virtual rounds. That'd be supporting Al-Qaeda like nobody's business.
Let's see here. Let's crunch some stupid math here. So we'll say 600.
Wait, while you're doing that,
go ahead. Yeah, you talk. I'll
move on. The next thing they talked about was presentation, which we kind of talked about earlier, which is like the overall everything. The Spartan chatter, the waypoints or highlights to drop the weapons. They're changing everything. They're making...
Here it is.
What is it? What's your nerd math? Here comes the
nerd math. Out of the 6.492 billion shots fired, only 2% of those shots were kill shots.
Really?
So let that sink. Yeah, let that sink into your brain a little bit. Only 2.78% of the shots fired were kill shots.
Wow.
Assuming that you factor out the sticky grenades and the frag grenades.
That's some terrible accuracy.
It really shows that the accuracy is absolutely terrible of the people that played Halo 5 beta.
Yeah.
I mean, you can...
I wonder if they're counting every single round, because the BR shoots 3, and let's see, you take 4 shots from the BR, so that's 12. So it takes 12 shots to get 1 kill.
Correct. But only that 12th shot is the kill shot, assuming that all things being equal. That shows that the players of Halo 5 Guardians suck at shooting. But we have nothing to compare that against because we have none of these numbers for Halo 4, which I would love to have those numbers to compare them against Halo 5.
They probably don't even have them.
They probably don't. They probably didn't. They probably didn't account for them. But to be able to compare the two numbers, the two games, and see if that's a somewhat average thing, or if that's just people getting used to weapons, or what. Excuse me.
Huh. I don't know. That's crazy, though. 2.7%?
Yeah, 2.78.
Wow. Well, moving on and not making fun of us being terrible shots, Q.
I'll totally make fun of you for terrible shots.
Well, if you watch some of the gameplay against Drunken Halo, I did miss a lot of shots. I feel bad.
I spent a lot of time shooting at walls, so that was probably the problem in Halo 5.
Oh, that's what it was. That's why the games were so close. You and your noob combo shooting at the wall.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. I think I only missed a noob combo like once, though.
Oh. I swear I only fired the noob combo a few times, but Mister keeps telling me it was a lot more than that.
I went back and watched the videos, and you only used the combo like twice.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I don't even remember using it, but...
in my defense, I only tried the noob combo 4 times, and 2 of the shots were misses, and the other 2 shots got me a double kill. So it happens.
Yeah. All right. So presentation. The whole bullshit, bro. Like high five, yeah, fist bump, woo. The situation. I swear they had the situation come in and hook that up, but the ending, the post game bullshit.
God damn it! I just lit the filter of my cigarette.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But that whole
Smokers
thing,
out there will know the problem.
I don't understand the problem, but anyways, the bro down that goes on before and like after the game, I guess I don't know if they're completely getting rid of it. I know what they said. Here, I'll read it word for word. Let's see how well I can read. The arena multiplayer experience was designed with a competitive theme. We imagine this to be a place where Spartans would train against one another in preparation for upcoming battles. As such, there would be a certain amount of camaraderie and gamesmanship and fanfare involved. So we approached match presentation as though these showdowns might be broadcast within the UNSC to military watching intently, blah, blah, blah. So they were thinking it's going to be like Hunger Games. It's going to be like broadcast national. And for some reason they thought Spartans, because it was being broadcast, would all of a sudden turn into bros and be like, yeah, bro, right on, we won. What's up? Let's go surfing, dude. Let's go down to the fucking hologram room and surf it up, bro. I'm sorry, but this... It was retarded.
It depends on how they're going to carry the storyline. If you're going to go back and say that these soldiers are genetically engineered from birth, absolutely not. They are not going to be like all broing it up together.
No.
But I mean, if you're looking at pulling from the ranks of the ODSTs and moving them up into the Spartan program,
maybe.
I mean, no offense to any listeners out there, but even the listeners will have to understand that the ODSTs are jarheads.
Yeah,
that's what they are. That's what they do. They are the U.S. military equivalent of Marines.
But are jarheads bros?
In a competitive standpoint, I could see them being like that because they are the best of the best, and I could see there being some condescension, for being the best of the best. But it kind of goes back and says, how are they going to continue the storyline for the characters? Are they going to make them that way? If you're not going to make them all bro it up in the campaign, why the fuck are you going to have them bro it up in training?
I don't want them broing it up at all in the campaign, in the fucking post-game, whatever. I don't, that doesn't say Spartan to me. I don't even care if you pull them from the ODSTs. The ones that you're putting into the Spartan program should not be bros like that. I mean, think of Master Chief. Your Master Chief's never going to fist bump anybody unless it's a really slow fist bump, like to maybe a 5-year-old child, just to prove that he's badass, but he's not going to do it in a bro way. He's going to...
Yeah, and see, that's kind of what I was... That's kind of what I was thinking, was I don't think that they're going to be broing it up like that, even if they do pull from the ODSTs. And... I don't overly like it. I mean, I kind of like the concept of we're going to broadcast this throughout the UNSC, but if that's the case, the UNSC is going to be showcasing the best of what they have to offer. Yeah. And the best they have to offer is the Spartan program. And the last thing that I would want is seeing these guys high-fiving and fist-bumping because they killed their teammates. Because that's essentially what they're doing. Yes, red is killing blue, which, of course, blue is better. But they shouldn't be celebrating that. They should be going back to their debriefing and going, okay, where did we fuck up?
Yeah.
And what do we need to do to fix that? So I don't want to see that, because if I was a commanding officer and seeing them broing it up after a fight, them sons of bitches are doing laps, they're doing push-ups. Yeah. I mean, they're doing something. Yeah. We're not having that shit.
Especially broadcast live to all of UNSC.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to do it. I'm sorry, 343, but no.
I like the concept. I think that's a cool concept. I don't like the concept, but I think it's misapplied.
Get rid of it. Let's go back.
I think it's an unnecessary addition to
you went too far.
The game. Yeah, it was. They're they're taking the storyline just a little too much differently. Because I mean, even if you look at Spartan Ops from Halo 4, there was they were the most recent. They were the Spartan 4s, and even they weren't like that. I mean, there was a little bit of camaraderie between the fire teams, but they weren't oh yeah, that's a great HUD shot on that fucking elite, man. Good shot, man.
Nice,
no,
bro.
Fuck that.
Yeah. They're also going to get rid of the well, they're not getting rid of it, but the post-death replay. So right after you get killed, instead of it forcing you to watch the replay, you can do what is the classic Halo follow cam, so you kind of see where the guy is going, or you can opt in and press a button after you die to see the death replay, see how you died. But honestly, I don't think you want to see it. If any other Halo players are like me, I don't want to see that guy kill me in 3 BR shots. And I'm pretty sure I shot him 6 times with the BR, and he didn't die.
Well, that one is kind of like it has its uses, because if I'm moving from one point to another and all of a sudden you get that kapow and there's a headshot, you're like, what the fuck did that come from? And you can watch the replay and see, oh, he's sitting over there on top of Pelican.
Yeah. Well, you can do the traditional follow cam though. So instead of watching the replay, it'll go to the person that killed you, and you can see what's happening to them, if they died, that kind of thing.
But I'm 90% of the time I'm like fast respawning. Like, I don't care. Like, I get it. I missed. I'm dead. Let's move on. Yeah. But every once in a while, I do like it, because you can see where the shot came from, so you can say, "Hey, shitheads on Pelican," or whatever.
Yeah, you can call out.
Fuckers camping again.
Which another surprising thing. Speaking of call out, the Spartan chatter, which I don't even know if you noticed it by watching streaming and stuff. You might have.
A little.
How the Spartans are like, the Spartans make all the call outs for you. Snipers coming up again, which is a little too much. They don't need to be announcing. I mean, the announcer announces it, I think, and the Spartans announce it, and then the waypoint announce too much. But I guess you have the option to turn it on and off, and I guess even if you have it on, I think they're turning it down. They're going to reduce how often they kind of talk, and they're going to increase the focus of the information that they actually chatter, that they actually talk about. It's going to be important shit, instead of like, cool shot, bro. Like, no, get rid of that. See, I don't need that.
I'm totally against the chatter altogether, because
you're the off type.
Gamer,
okay.
No,
you don't like it?
Well, I'm totally against it, because it takes away from one of the things that I want as a gamer when I'm going in. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to play whatever Halo I'm deciding to play. I want to sit down and I want to play with people that are playing the game, not listening to music, not doing whatever else. They're playing the game in that communication, because you can take a 4-man team that doesn't communicate with each other, and a 4-man team that does communicate with each other, and you have a higher probability of the team that communicates will win, because they're talking to each other. And that's what I want in my Halo experience. Now, taking that a step further, by adding in the Spartan chatter, where the Spartans that, these are other people that are playing these characters, are now talking to your character, but you as a gamer are not talking to the other gamer. They're not. You're taking away from that, and you're hurting the community, because there's no reason to talk. And that's
it's not really
doing. That's the impression that I get.
I see it the other way, because so little amount of people actually play with a microphone. So it's nice to have it, so I'm actually getting call-outs, because I'm used to hearing call-outs. I mean, I know the games we played against Drunken Halo, you were actually talking more than you think you were. I mean, you don't think you were talking much, but it's nice having those call-outs. And when you're playing by yourself and it says nothing, I mean, you might as well be listening to music or whatever instead of playing the game. But I think it's nice to have that Spartan chatter and actually have somebody calling out, since nobody else is. But I mean, since you can turn it off, it's nice, because then when you're playing with people, they're actually playing the game the way it should be, calling out. It's nice to have it turn off, so you're not distracted by it. So
and maybe that's the difference, because I try to I don't go into a lot of Halo anymore where I'm just going in by myself to play by myself. I like having a group of people to game with. I like gaming with you. I like gaming with Jammin that's in the stream. I like gaming with my friends, and I don't need that exterior information coming in because the people I game with take the gaming seriously.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. As seriously as you can take a video game seriously.
Yeah.
I don't need you to be like, oh, we got to do this. But no, I want, hey, fuck sticks over there.
Yeah. Not like Travis.
That's kind of what I want.
But poor Travis.
He's going to flip shit when he listens to this episode. Much love. I have a special place in my heart for Drunken Halo. So
one more thing that I'm so glad they're adding this, because it was a pain in the ass to see what you're picking up, but they're adding highlights, I assume, around the weapons that are on the ground, like either that are dropped by somebody or they spawn there. They're adding like a little highlight around it, just like slightly, just to kind of, so it pops out so you actually see what's on the ground. You can kind of see what weapon it is, because like the color scheme and the way Halo 5 is, and I'm sure you could tell by watching the stream, it's fucking hard to see some of the shit on the ground a lot of the time, especially in the the nighttime maps. I mean, so that's cool. I'm glad they're adding that.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're decreasing the amount of medals and the frequency that medals pop up. I mean, because that's a little ridiculous. Let's talk about medals right now while we're on it.
I think there's been a medal creep from Halo 3 forward.
Yeah,
they just keep adding more and more medals.
Yeah, it's like everything. They add new ones. Since we're talking about medals, we'll talk about all the new ones that I know of. Now, I should have made some kind of infographic I could put up here on the stream, but as far as I know, this is the most comprehensive, most correct medal list that you can find, and I'm going to have to put it up on the website. I'll put it up in the show notes or something. But this is the, like, I put together 3 or 4 different lists to get this list, and so here it is. I'm going to give you the list, and we'll talk about them while we're going, but these are a lot of the new medals in Halo 5. One that is kind of cool, I don't know if it's necessary though, but Big Game Hunter, which is kill 2 enemies in 1 life who were holding power weapons. So that's why you're the Big Game Hunter, because you killed 2 enemies that were holding power weapons.
See, I think that's reaching. I mean,
yeah. I get it. It's cool. It's funny. Yeah, but unnecessary, I think.
Well, I liked it back when medals meant something, and they didn't mean anything for your. They didn't mean anything to anybody except to you, because there was a couple of medals throughout this, the Halo series that I really thought were great. One of my favorite medals that's come out so far is the one in Halo 4, which is the Hail Mary. Like, I just thought that was funny. I didn't even have to get a medal for it. You could take the medal out. Just having that announcer pop up and say that was just, I didn't even know that was a medal thing until, like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months into the game release. Like, okay, that's fucking funny. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they could drop back and do nothing but your kill medals, your double kill, triple kill, overkill, all the way up to however many they want to do. Like, that's cool. But other than that, they don't need any more medals. They're just like, you get a prize and you get a prize, and yo dog, I heard you like medals. Yeah. I was like, it's unnecessary.
Yeah, definitely unnecessary. Kind of like the next one is unnecessary. Combat Evolved, which is what the medal's called, and that's when you grenade a power weapon and catch it from a distance. So you throw a grenade at like the sniper, and it goes flying off of wherever it was, and you catch it. Combat Evolved. There's your medal. That's again.
And see,
why?
I think that shit like that takes away from gameplay. Like, I really want that medal. I'm going to spend like my entire game throwing a fucking grenade at a power weapon, hoping that I get it just so I can get Combat Evolved.
Yeah,
meanwhile, your other 3 guys are getting their ass kicked.
They had a spillover from achievements to medals. Honestly, that's a cool achievement. Yeah, let's do it once, but let's not try to see who has the most amount of medals of that fucking medal. That's no. Let's see.
It's totally unnecessary.
Reversal, kill an enemy after he shoots you first. That one I like. That one's cool. What do you think?
Yeah, it once again I think it's coming back to the yo dog. I mean,
yo dog. Yo, that dog, one I like that one though. That one's sexy. That one when you get it, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah. That's like getting a snapshot with the sniper. That's I don't know. That's a feel-good medal. Those are the ones that I think. Well, I don't know. Technically, they could all be feel-good medals, but
yeah, I mean, snapshot's is a good medal. I don't have a problem with that. But like, okay, here comes newbie with an AR, and you're gonna fucking put 5 shots with the DMR on him and put him down. Okay, that's great. That's what normally happens anyway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a feel good medal, but I don't think it's necessary. And I think I think they're just passing out medals for anything. You respawned, medal. What? Like, and that's what it'll be. It'll if they keep adding this, that's what it'll come to.
A respawn medal.
A respawn medal. Well, they've already fucking got that in Halo 4. It's called a comeback kill. It's a kill after three deaths or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I don't want to see that. I know I'm dying. I fucking get it. Leave me alone.
I think you're just bitter, Q.
I am a little bitter. I am a little bitter.
Let's see. What about this one? Hard target. Lose your shields 10 times in one life. Do you like that one?
That's an accomplishment. Lose your shields 10 times and survive. Yeah, okay. I can give you that.
Yeah, that one's kind of like a perfection medal. That one's like a hard one. It's not as hard as a perfection, but
yeah, that would be hard to accomplish. But is that hard? Is that harder than is it harder than shooting somebody after they shoot you? Yeah, that's harder. Your stream went offline, by the way.
No, it's still good. Give it 1 sec.
Okay, just want to make sure. Kind of freak me out there, bro. But I can see a perfection medal because that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
This hard target, yeah, lose your shields 10 times in a single life. Yeah, that's an accomplishment. That means you're doing work. So, I can let that go. But
all right, but not this next one. Next few hat trick, 3 headshot kills in one life. Top Gun, first to get 10 kills on your team. BXR, do the BXR combo. You like the Top Gun one?
Absolutely. I like the what you said, the one that was to get the 10 kills before anybody else. Yeah, that's cool. That means you're out there doing work. The three headshots in a single life. No. Whatever. You run over, grab the sniper rifle, pow, pow, pow. Thanks for playing. Like, that's not that difficult. I mean, it is difficult, but on a grand scheme of comparing it to perfection, yeah, no. I don't like that. I'm sitting here reading your stream. The cluster luck, the killing two or more enemies with 1 grenade. Yeah, that's a cool. That
one I like. That one you need as a medal.
I'll give you that.
Let's see. What's some other pointless ones? Gun punch. I think that's a pointless one. Which is right there coming up on the stream. It's 2 bursts of BR, which I've heard you can actually do it with other weapons, not just the BR. But it's basically using just enough ammunition and then a melee. So finishing off with a melee, and it calls that a gun punch. What for? That one's pointless to me. Let's see. Spartan Charge, Ground Pound. Ground Pound should be one. I guess Spartan Charge should be one.
Yeah, those should be, because those are new abilities.
Trifecta. Yeah. In Breakout, kill 3 enemies in 1 round. I don't know about that one.
Does that mean you have to get 3 kills to get this medal?
Well, in Breakout, the Breakout is where everyone has 1 life and then it resets afterwards. And there's rounds.
Yeah.
So kill 3 of the enemy teams in 1 round, then it gives you the trifecta medal. Or if you killed all of them, you get the extinction medal.
Yeah, and extinction was one of my favorite medals. That was one of my favorite medals.
Yeah, that one's sexy when you get that one.
But that just means that you're out there doing work. Any time that there's a medal for you're out there actually contributing to your team.
Okay, so that's your requirement for it to be a proper medal.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. But once again, I'm going to grenade the sniper rifle to catch it. No, you're fucking off. Why are you not throwing that grenade at the bad guy? That should not be a medal at all. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Anytime you're doing work, give them a medal.
Yeah.
Keep them doing
work. There's the one medal.
Work.
Do work. You get that medal several times during the game when you do work.
Yeah. Shout out to Minnesota Burns.
All right. Let's get to the part that you don't care about. Well, I don't know. What do you think about skill? Do you care about your skill or your ranking or ratings or anything?
I care about it simply because I like to be able to compare myself to other people, but it greatly depends on how you're going to rate somebody. Like, for example, in Halo Reach, as long as you show up to the game, you get fucking credits for it. No, I need you doing work. But I mean, if you're gonna compare it to like the CSR of Halo 4, or you're going to compare it to the ranking system of Halo 3, yeah, I like a ranking system. But, the just showing up and getting credits just for being in the match, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
They don't have. Yeah. I'm glad they got rid of that. That shit in Halo 4 was retarded.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, I'm not going to lie. I drank a lot of Mountain Dew when that game released for the Dew points or whatever they were called, where you could get double XP.
Yeah.
I did it just because I wanted to be a 130. But I mean,
I get that.
I was a 130 by February after the release, January, February, and I'm just a casual player. I don't play every day.
Yeah, I'm not even 130, so that shows you what ranking means.
Yeah, exactly. And
exactly.
What's your Spartan rank right now in
that's
in
a good question. 84, 82, 80.
Yeah, I was thinking it was in the 80s. And I'm a 130. I'm a 130 and you're an 80.
Yeah.
You are leaps and bounds better than I am at the game.
Yeah, it's not really a ranking. It's more like who's played this game for longer statistic.
Right. Yeah, it's like where the points are made up and the ranks don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it
whose
really
Halo is it anyway?
And I don't like that. I like going back to Halo 3. I think that was the last best ranking system. I don't have a problem with that. Let's go back to that. If we can come up with a system like that, or even really the CSR ranking than Halo 4. And I really hate that they couldn't integrate that into the game, that it was an afterthought.
Yeah.
If they integrate that into Halo 5, they could just copy-paste the programming for CSR ranking, and I'm totally cool with that.
I don't think they've done ranking right for a long time, honestly.
I don't think they have either.
Halo 3 was closer, but still not perfect. And I hate the new ranking system. I think we called it a few episodes ago where we said, remember we were trying to figure out how the ranking system works, and I said like the first 10 games counted a lot towards your initial rank, and then after that it was based solely on your wins, and not just your wins individually, your wins as a team. So if you were playing by yourself, every other game was going to be a completely different set of ranks and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of retarded because, especially if you play by yourself, it's going to be like if you're gold and the team, all the players you were playing with were gold, and you beat a bunch of Onyxes. I mean, then it'll boost you up because it looks at your overall team to the other overall team's ranking, and then it goes, oh, wow, they were way higher than you, and it boosts you way up. But if you all happen to be gold, like everybody, all 8 players, 4v4, both teams were gold gold level 2, whatever, let's say, then almost nobody really goes anywhere. So, like, it barely affects you to win. The only reason you're playing to win is because if you lose, then you go down, which is, it says dumb. And they did said, well, philosophically, we believe in a team sport kind of thing that should, only matter on wins and losses, and we believe in incentivizing players to prioritize their own individual stats in a team game would actually undermine team play, blah, blah, blah. So basically, bullshit, whatever. They think by giving us individual stats that you're not going to play as a team. Well, dude, I don't know what Halo they're playing, but I mean, you can attest to this, Q, or maybe Travis and Justin can attest to this. When your teammate is not good, you're not going to have very good stats. I don't care how good you are. If your teammates are not good, you're not going to have good individual stats. So it doesn't undermine team play to have individual stats. It doesn't. You still have to be a team player and be good as a team to have good stats.
I think that forcing individual stats improves team stats, because if you're giving out people individual stats, people are going to work at increasing those, and that's going to increase the amount of work being done. We are back to doing work. But I don't have a problem with it factoring in team stats, because it probably should, because you can go out there if you're a really good player. I mean, if you're essentially an MLG player, never forget. You're going to want, you can go out there and just slaughter everybody, and you're going to get good stats. But the majority of the people that are playing the game are not MLG level, or even anywhere close to MLG level. And you want to promote team play, and you need to factor that into your individual stats. But you still need to have individual stats, because that's going to give people something to work towards. Yeah. Because the only thing that I'm proud of in Halo. In Halo 4 is the fact that I have a positive kill death. Like, I'm proud of that. There's not a lot of people out there that are positive. The majority of the people are even or less. I'm proud of my positive kill death. It's not a very high positive. It's only like 0.25%. But I'm better. I'm happy that it's positive, and I like those stats.
Well, having individual stats gives you something to work towards. I honestly think the way they have it actually undermines the game altogether, because just having it be wins and losses and that's it, that makes you play, if you're only worried about stats, that makes you play a lot different, because you're worried about your rank. So all you try to do is win. That makes you play differently than if you have to worry about kill death ratio. And they did say, well, it does show individual ranking. If you go into a player's stats, you can see it. But that's not what we're talking about. We want to see, like in Halo 3, when you go in the Team Slayer playlist, you see who the fuck is a 50, and you see who is a 37. And we want to work towards that 50. We don't want to... Yeah, I get it as a team. I mean, why can't they have both? Why can't they have your wins and losses count towards your individual skill, but show the individual skill out and about? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're matchmaking and looking for a game, show the individual skill. Don't hide it. Don't make people go look for it. That's stupid.
Yeah, so. Well, that was a problem with not integrating it into Halo 4, is it was just an afterthought, and I think that they're going to try to integrate that in Halo 5, and I think that's a good idea.
I hope so. Blah. They're going to improve it, they said. We'll see. They're going to improve team balancing. We'll see. It's hard to have a balanced team when your stats are dumb and don't make sense, because not everyone plays together all the time. Not everyone... Even if people play with people like you and Jam in the chat, I doubt you play with him every single time you play. You play with different people.
We don't play enough.
Yeah. We should all get together and play, by the way, but...
Yeah,
anyways, let's see what Mr. Rabowski has to say about certain noob combinations. I want to play part 2. I want to get to this. So, I'm going to play it. Stream's going to listen. This may or may not be in the final podcast. Who knows? It'll be in the stream. So, here we go.
Alright, this is Rabowski with part 2 of Friends Don't Let Other Friends Use Noob Combos. Now, I'm going to focus on Travis again because he's not a big fan of it, so I'm going to help him. Okay, I'm putting training wheels on his bike so he doesn't fall over, okay? I don't want your knees to get scuffed up any more than they already are. So, ways to avoid the noob combo. Example number 1. Don't stand out there in the open. Make sure you have cover. If you're in the open, whether there's a noob combo or not, you're probably gonna die. Okay? Make sure you're around pillars, walkways, doorways, places you can get away when your shield is completely taken out. Also, another good example is in Halo 2, and this is probably what you talk about because noob combo is rather overpowered in Halo 2, and I only say that because it was an easy way to get kills, but so are 4 shots with the BR, or close range with a shotgun, or 1 shot in the head with a sniper, or a close shot with a rocket launcher, or a single swipe with a sword, a stick with the plasma grenade. Actually, pretty much all the weapons were damn near pretty easy to kill people. But for some reason, he wants to focus on the quote-unquote noob combo because he's very butthurt about it. So, make sure you're not out in the open. Make sure you have cover. Be aware of your surroundings. Communicate with your team. Let them know where other people are. Or, here's another thing, is he could pick up the plasma pistol. And when he has that plasma pistol, that will not respawn in Halo 2. And the plasma pistol was not in easy locations. You put yourself in the open in most locations where it's actually at. Like, for example, Sanctuary. You have to go on the open ramp, which puts you you're a pretty good target when it comes to Sanctuary when the person gets a sniper on the other side of the map. But if you think of all the different locations where the plasma pistol is, which is not overbearing, there's usually only about 2 on the mid-sized to small maps. It's called weapon control. Make sure you control the weapons that you don't want the other team to have. Also, you want to have the weapons that you're good with. Which kind of sucks, because Travis really isn't good with any of the weapons. Fuck. You know what? Actually, what I'd probably recommend is to put your finger on the power button on the Xbox and just turn it off. Or you're probably pretty good with Netflix and YouTube and Internet Explorer. Try out the URL of Pornhub.com, and I'm sure that you'll be successful there. So anyways, I love you guys. Hope you have a great show tonight. Travis, you know I love you. And Q-Stick, and what's the other guy's name again?
He knows
help
it.
Me out with this. Is it like the peanut butter cookies or the
peanut butter cookies?
Wafers. No, it's not wafers.
That's it.
Chocolate chip? No. Lemon cookie. No, that's wrong. Fuck. It's God, I can't think. Tina, can you grab the Oreos for me real quick? Okay. I'm sure I'm gonna figure it out sometime. But man, I am so sorry I forget your name. But God, these Oreos are good. Man. Well, name this other person that's on the podcast that is semi-okay at Halo. Props to your good job on doing the podcast. I know it's a lot of hard work. I love you guys, and this is Rabowski, and I'm out. I'm out of practice.
He's out of practice. Okay.
Oh my God, I love Rabowski. Such a huge shout out to Rabowski.
I love it.
He is by far out of the circle of podcasting community that we have going on. Fucking Rabowski is one of my favorite people of all time. I love Rabowski. Big shout out. Hugs and kisses. Love me.
Try the power button.
By the way, I did get the red velvet Oreos.
Ooh, how'd you like them?
They're okay. They're not Oreos.
No.
They're I mean they're an Oreo, of course, but they're not Oreos. My wife, Lady Q-Stick, says that they go really good with milk, but she says it turns the milk pink, so she's all about that. But it was good. I liked them. I could sit and eat a few of them. See, my problem with Oreos is I have to kind of like really limit myself with Oreos because I can sit and eat the entire package, like not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I have to like, my wife, she gets Oreos all the time. She's like, do you want an Oreo? I'm like, no, I can't do it. She's like, why? You love Oreos. Like, that's the point.
Yeah.
So.
Trying to fatten you up for something.
Yeah. I've put on like 35 pounds since she and I got married, so it already is. Like, I don't know what she's fattening me up for, so for slaughter or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't care for them too much.
I am looking forward to the s'mores Oreos.
S'mores, those are going to be good. Those are, yeah. I'll tell you now, I know Oreos. Those are going to be good.
I wanted, as speaking of things that we're supposed to talk about, considering the conversations. So the wife and I sat down to watch The Theory of Everything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it's...
What do you mean you sat down to watch? Did you watch it?
No, because the copy that we downloaded was
goodness.
in a language that I didn't fully understand.
Oh my gosh!
I'm pretty sure that it's in some form of Russian.
Where?
Like,
how?
All right, so we're not watching this one, so I've got to download another copy.
Oh my gosh! Key, you gotta hook it up. It's not that hard. Do I need to come down there and?
Yeah, come on! I mean, I'm sitting here next to my podcasting station is a really comfortable futon, so come on down.
No, I'm good. You need to watch it. How long has it been now since you said you're supposed to watch it for New Year's? What happened?
Well, it was my New Year's resolution. I've got the entire year. Don't you judge me.
I am judging you because you keep messing it up.
I know. I get judged a lot.
Alright, but besides that, alright, let's sum it up. Halo 5, honestly, I think they're making all the right decisions. I think it's going to be good.
I agree.
They're finally listening. They've been listening on everything. Forums, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. I mean, they have so much fucking information from the beta. They have feedback. They have a special feedback program that I think like 19,000 people signed up for. I'm one of which. So, and they've been listening to those 19,000, I think, more than normal. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it. Let's see.
I think
one thing they didn't mention that I hope is in Halo 5, I just thought of it while we were talking, is grenade launching. Do you know what I'm talking about? Grenade launching.
As in using lips, or?
No. As in using a grenade explosion to launch another grenade further.
Oh, jeez! I haven't tried that in a long time.
Oh yeah, they need that for the big maps, which I hope they have a lot of. I hope they have big maps and vehicles. We haven't really seen any vehicles of Halo 5 yet, have we?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm wondering if they're going to bring the gun goose, tanks, if they're going to have tank passengers. There's a lot that we have no idea what they're going to do with.
I would like to see a gun goose, simply because it makes the mongoose usable, other than just like, fucking victory laps with the flag. I mean, that's really, honestly, how many people use the mongoose other than that? But it makes it viable, and I like that. Making things that we've had access to for years a viable thing. Yeah. So, I'm all for it.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I really hope they do a second beta like we've guessed. But maybe they won't. Maybe we have to wait clear until November to play, which I'm okay with. There's some other games. Speaking of which, Q is finally going to get an Xbox One, I hear, maybe? Possibly?
Yes, it is. It is not a possibility. It is in the mail.
It's in the mail. With Destiny?
It is in the mail. With, I think so. The wife ordered Destiny. Did I tell you about that? She told me that she thinks that you and I need to game more together, so she bought Destiny. I'm like, God damn it, another fucking MMO.
It's not an MMO. It's a life sucker.
Well, it's called World of Warcraft. I've been down that road.
It's life sucker. It's not World of Warcraft. Come on.
It totally is World of Warcraft.
No, it's not. World of Warcraft you can spend years on and never be ready, never be done. And World of Warcraft actually releases fucking new content, unlike some games, Destiny.
Well, no, they do a new expansion every couple of years. But there was an article that like IGN did with this guy that he stayed in the spawning area of World of Warcraft with the, I forget which expansion it was, but he stayed in the starting area and picked flowers until he was max level. That's all he did. He didn't do any PvP. He didn't do any part of the missions. He didn't do anything.
Flowers?
All he did was pick flowers, because every flower you picked, you gained like 3 or 4 XP every time you picked one. And that's all he did.
Did he actually sit there and pick it, or did he set up like a macro or some kind of thing to do it?
No. He straight up. He spent, it was like 80 some hours of just picking flowers.
Why?
Because he could.
Why?
I don't have an answer anything other than that. It's because he could. But
well,
yeah,
I guess,
and that was another thing I wanted to
point
out while I was thinking about it. He didn't have a life. Yeah, he didn't. But one of the other things I wanted to point out too is Jammin there in the chat. He's going to be another one of our Destiny guys. He's big in Destiny, which I judge him highly for. I judge him as highly as I judge you.
What do you mean? You judge us? You don't like us? You think we're nerds?
Yeah.
You judge us?
No, I like you. You guys are getting the experience of a true. Well, I won't say true, but as close to a MMO as you can get on the console in the console realm today. Like, welcome. Welcome to what I've had to fucking deal with for however many years I played WoW.
Yeah.
So,
well, welcome. I like it. I'm liking it. I'd never really liked MMOs before this, but I'm liking it.
Angry Adam here. What? I need to talk to Bungie. What the fuck's going on with Destiny? I understand the name now, because once you fucking enjoy the game, that becomes your life. You have to play it every fucking day, every hour, every minute and second of your fucking life to unlock the simplest fucking thing. They call it grinding, I call that bullshit. What the fuck is wrong with Bungie? Yeah, you made a great game, but I don't want to play it 24/7 just to become a level 30. Hey Bungie, how about if I'm fucking good at your game, you let me level up? How's that sound for a fucking idea? Sounds good to me. I mean, fuck. How about you fucking pay me an hourly wage? I feel like I'm doing a goddamn job here. Fucking playing Destiny. God damn it. Hey, here's an idea, Bungie. Fuck you! That's the idea. Hey, and what's the fucking all this cheese talk? It's not cheese, it's fucking cheating. You're a piece of shit person. You can't play the game properly. And I understand why you don't want to, cause it's fucking bullshit. But it's not cheese, it's fucking cheating. Bungie plants that shit in their fucking game. They code it into the game. Just like Halo 2 with super jumps. You fucking cheaters, and then they call us pieces of shit. You're fucking up our game. You put it in the game, you son of a bitch. Now, I can't play a fucking raid without people talking about cheese in fucking cheddar. I'm not making a sandwich, I'm playing a fucking video game. It's not cheese, you're a piece of shit and you're cheating. Play the game properly. If you don't like Destiny being a job, then go get a fucking job! How's that sound, you fucking dumb shit? Talk to you next week.
Oh, shit.
Ironically enough, the term cheese, that was a Warhammer term from back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah?
Just throwing that out there.
Cheese. Oh, well, yeah. They've really taken off with it in Destiny. That's all I ever hear about in Destiny is cheese.
See, and that right there, like, I'll be honest with you, given the fact that I was going to be able to game with you on the game that you enjoy and game with Jammin on a game that he enjoys, I was like, all right, I'll play Destiny just because I get to enjoy time with my friends. And then all of a sudden I hear this, because this is the first time I've heard anything about cheese. I've played Warhammer for a while. I know what cheese is in Warhammer. If the cheese is in the same cheese is in Destiny as is in Warhammer, I'm not really sure that I want to play this Destiny game because I know cheese. I've made plenty of sandwiches. I know cheese.
You're playing. That might be a future episode really soon, but I'm gonna call that an episode, Q.
I think that's a total episode. I think this episode, as our first live streamed episode, we had some viewers come in, which was awesome. You know, big shout out to everybody that came to visit us in the stream. Yeah. This was a great episode. I had a great time doing this.
Good fun. I can't wait for Travis to listen.
Me too.
I look forward to Halo 5. I know it's going to be good. It's going to be good, guys. We just need to have hopes and prayers, and we need to... 343 is going to do it. And shout out to the Hawk. And Q is a piece of shit because he hasn't paid his dues to the Hawk. You better listen by next week, or we're gonna take Jammin's gonna be the new co-host, and we're getting rid of you.
All right.
Because he likes Destiny. But I'm gonna call that, and I got a special treat for Travis.
Okay.
And
we're gonna have to turn the level up or something.
We'll see you guys next week. I'm Oreo.
I'm Q-Stick, guys.
Bye.
Living life in the life of a noob, I rarely use my gun. Living life in the life of a noob, it's fun for everyone. Living life in the life of a noob, I watch the rising sun. Living life in the life of a noob, I'm always on the run. I just got this game yesterday, so I don't know where to go. Can you tell me, bro? Would you stop getting killed, cause I'm getting P.O.'d? It's a yes or a no, well I'll take that as a no. Ho ho ho, I just got pwned. Would you stop yelling into the microphone? My guy just died and he made a big groan. That's cause you just fought 5 guys alone. Living life in the life of a noob, I rarely use my gun. Living life in the life of a noob, it's fun for everyone. Living life in the life of a noob, I watch the rising sun. Living life in the life of a noob, I'm always on the run. I take a shotgun and a sniper to see, but you just took the best guns from me. Don't worry, buddy, I'll be MVP. And your high skill reached is a level 3. Oh, that don't matter, see, cause I'm a natural. I look into the scope, oh, a macro. You just got blown up by a frag. Ah, check it out, I'm getting teabagged. Living life in the life of a noob, I rarely use my gun. Living life in the life of a noob, it's fun for everyone. Living life in the life of a noob, I watch the rising sun. Living life in the life of a noob, I'm always on the run. Come on, friend, we're at the end, and we're at a base that you can't defend. You silly goose, you need to get loose. When I'm uptight, I drink apple juice. Then you're gonna play just like I do. That's why I don't take advice from you. This kid's skill isn't worth a dime. Let's sing the chorus one more time. Oh my god, honestly, do you ever shut up? Living life in the life of a noob is quite a hard hardship. Living life in the life of a noob, you'll be treated like shit. But I love it! Living life in the life of a noob, I rarely use my gun. Use my gun. Living life in the life of a noob, it's fun for everyone. For everyone. Living life in the life of a noob, I watch the rising sun. The rising sun. Living life in the life of a noob, I'm always on the run. Always on the the life of a noob, I rarely use my gun. Living the life of a noob, it's fun for everyone. Living life in the life of a noob, I watch the rising sun. Living life in the life of a noob, I'm always on the run.
I got a message for you fucking haters, alright, bro? Alright, broskis? I'll make videos all I want. Alright? I got the same rights as anyone else around here just because I have red hair. And I'm a ginger. I'll make videos whenever I want and however I want to. Everyone here on YouTube has the same equal opportunities as I do. Alright? So don't you freaking try to tell me that I can't make videos. I don't know where y'all get the idea that you can just go around hating on anyone you want and thinking that they'll cower down. I won't cower down. I'll keep making videos. You got that? I shat on you. Kind of being mean, but he made some valid statements. He wants me to post a video why gingers are so good. Well, you know.
Goodbye. Goodbye, stream.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye. Oh, Q, say goodbye. There he is.
Goodbye.
There he is. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I love that. That's like my favorite thing right there, Q. Your profile picture. All right, bye.
Bye. Are we off?
Yeah.
Okay, kill the trials and kill my feedback or my echo. Oh, please, for the love of God, kill the trial.